So this is a 5-day itinerary around Sri Lanka on the southwest province. So we landed at Colombo Airport, and then we traveled straight away to Bentota, avoiding the Colombo city and its traffic. Then we were supposed to travel to Mirissa the other day. On the way, we went to Galle, and from there, Mirissa, we went to Yala National Park. We stayed there over a day, and the next day was the longest drive. It was about 4 hours to Nuwara Eliya. We stayed the night over there, and then from there we left to Kandy. We saw the cultural show, the Buddhist temple, and from there to Colombo. So this was the first day after arriving at Bentota in the evening. So we went for a river cruise in the Madhu river, and it is famous for its mangroves. Though Bentota is known for its sunsets and boating and speedboats, etc., but we didn't have time to go over there. There was a small stopover in between the cruise where they explained how they make cinnamon.
A special tools, this is brass metal, now very hard, slowly rubbing is to remove the secondary skin. Yeah, China cinnamon dark brown color, very thick. They are not cleaning the first layer dark brown. First layer no good. First layer mixed with a little bit mud and sand. Fine. Oh.
It does cinnamon.
Yeah, this cinnamon.
This was amongst several other sightings of the bee eater. It was a beautiful bird. We enjoyed a great sunset amongst the Madhu river. We stayed at the Happy Man's village, and it was very peaceful. Food was great, and the hospitality also was great. It was a clear night sky, and we could see all the constellations and the stars.
Turtle varieties in the world. But Sri Lanka is only three types. Olive Redley, green turtle, hawksbill. This olive Redley is very small one, very bigger than leather bag. Olive Redley live in India or Orissa. This green turtle live in Sri Lanka.
The next day, we traveled to the turtle hatchery where we saw several species of turtles and how they are being saved and conserved. And then we traveled to Galle.
This doesn't need water.
No need water. ഒരു വർഷം വൈദ്യ ഫിഷിനുള്ള wide image on the
Galle is a beautiful historic city, but since we had a lot of children, we knew that they'll get bored of it. So it was just a on the way stop to Mirissa. But we could just get the vibe of the place and beautiful buildings and great places to eat. We reached Mirissa in the evening, and we were thinking of having a great snorkeling session, but the sea was really rough, and all we could see was just the floor. We were just in the turtle beach, but there were no fishes or turtles, and the person handling the snorkeling gear, he asked us to come the next day, but we were too tight in schedule because we were supposed to go for a whale watching tour the next day and then leave to Yala National Park. But we had a great sunset to ourselves.
Yeah, can we please go, Pa?
So the next day we were ready for the whale watching tour. We went with the Kumara and the whales. They had a big boat, though the boats were crowded. I think the people were very enthusiastic, and one tip that I could give you is you don't have to really care for the seats. You can be in the lower deck or the upper deck. but try to be in the front side because they always try and s- steer the boat in such a way that the people in the front get to see the most. We could only watch the fin whales, a few tortoises, and turtles and dolphins. But the children enjoyed it a lot, and it was nice to look at. So our next stop was the Yala National Park. We had reserved for a safari in the evening. So as soon as we arrived at the Mahura tent camp, we were off to our safaris, and
over here, Kataragama.
I want to see this.
இவ்வளோ தூரம் வந்திருக்கோம் திரும்ப இவ்வளோ தூரம் போக போகிறோம்.
our evening session at the Yala National Park was completely action-packed because the previous group, they had spotted a leopard at a particular place. So we rushed to the spot and we were waiting to spot the leopards. It was said that it was the first leopard spotting after 3 days, so everybody was excited. So one bad thing was we were not able to look at all the other animals and we had to rush to the spot to look at the leopards.
It looks like a rock, but it's a crocodile.
So here we were waiting, and this was the first sight of the leopard cub. So they had 3 leopards which went by different names, and one amongst it was Jerry, which was supposed to be uh, less shy and could be seen often.
Who is it?
It's not Jerry.
Then who is it?
Once we spotted the leopards, every jeep out there in the safari, uh, they also wanted to have a look at it, and everybody was there to look at the leopard cub. In the meantime, we'll travel to another place where we thought Jerry was there, and there she was,
Today, right?
just lying around in the evening sun, and maybe something caught, and she just woke up in a surprise.
Oh, it's lost.
At night, we stayed at the Mahura camp, and it was truly a glamping spot. We had a very nice room and tents. We had a barbecue dinner. There was fire and we had a great 3-course dinner. And they also organized the night walk.
You feel like you are in somewhere in Africa, right? So you can move in between different climates, different vegetation, different cultures within few hours. That's the uniqueness, right? So, you know anything about Yala National Park? No. What do you know about Yala National Park?
The children were so
never
thrilled
knew
to
all
be
this tasted,
roasting
but it tastes
their marshmallows in the campfire, and they enjoyed it completely. The night walks weren't too good, but we
Because
saw a
the
couple of
elephant
places.
is
This was
also
one
known
place wherein
that
a tusker had
humans
tried
are
to
the
enter
most
the
dangerous
camp.
animals in the
We
world.
saw a few animals here and there in the night, but it's better to avoid for children because it's almost like a jungle path and walking in the night. We had also booked a safari for the next day morning as well. Though our guide wasn't there, but our driver was friendly and he waited for us in a lot of places. We saw little common animals like the crocodiles, a lot of birds, and deer. Uh, this was one jackal that this was one amongst two jackals that we spotted.
Yeah.
There were two
And
of them.
then
One was
bee eaters again, a crocodile. This was a great spot where the driver took us, and it was just beside a lake. Though it was a man-made lake, we could see a lot of animals and birds, crocodiles. At one spot, we had a breakfast over there. It was great to be in the wild.
Sorry.
Don't shake, don't shake, don't shake.
அண்ணாட்ட கொடு நான் பார்த்துட்டு கொடுக்கட்டும்.
It's a bit smaller than the one that's on the bank. Okay, we'll start going.
This was one curious bird. It was a tern which just dropped and got into the water and tried to pick up a fish.
வைல்ட் டக்கு கீழே.
It was almost end of day, and so we had to return back. So on our way back, we saw lots of herds of deer. We saw a monitor lizard, and we saw this antler of a deer, and but we were not allowed to pick it up.
Cool.
Stop.
Yeah, the fishing point.
The bird. மேல பார்த்தோம். அங்கதான் நிக்குது. இது black தானம்மா?
But you know, it's moving underneath the water na மேல. இப்படி spider leg மாதிரி.
Just ask this bird for a tutorial on how to walk on water.
So in Sri Lanka, they always talk about the big five mammals, and so it is the elephant, the water buffalo, the leopard, and two others which I forgot. And they always ask us this question on which is the most dangerous animal, and everybody comes up with like a leopard, elephant, but it was always the water buffalo which is the most dangerous. So whenever you see a water buffalo, you should just start run away.
There's two bows. No, four. Why do they get stuck?
And just about to exit from the park, we saw this eagle having a food, and she was just in all her glory and fearsome look. And this is my camera with all the dust settled in. And on the way to Nuwara Eliya, we visited the Ravana waterfalls. This was the longest drive. It was about 4 hours to Nuwara Eliya amongst the mountains. Almost took us 5 hours. But we wanted to see the mountains of Sri Lanka as well. So the weather was very cold. It was about 13 degrees. So we had been to the sea, to the wild, and now to the mountains. A couple of kids staying near our hotel were enjoying a ball, and in our hotel we had a foosball table which the kids enjoyed a lot. We stayed at the Stone Hedge in Nuwara Eliya. It's a great hotel with nice rooms and a foosball table for the kids. A lot of bungalows and houses which look very pretty in Nuwara Eliya, and that was the Sita temple, the only Sita temple that you have, which is in Nuwara Eliya. Nuwara Eliya is also known as the Switzerland of Sri Lanka, so you got like nice tea estates and beautiful houses. It looks so pretty. The kids enjoyed bicycling around the lake, and also we had horse riding as well. And then we left off to Kandy. Straight to Kandy, we went to the Kandy Cultural Club, wherein we had booked a performance, and the performance was just simply awesome. The sound and the vocals still reverberate in my mind. It was just a great show. inaugural show, we wanted to see the biggest Buddhist temple, the Truth Relic in Kandy. So we went off. The paintings inside the temple, the sounds inside the temple was just simply amazing. So it was something that we'll fondly remember in our lives. The next day, early morning, we had to leave to Colombo to catch a flight, so we had to start at 7 a.m. So I took the opportunity for a photo walk, woke up early, and it was nice to see the old buildings, to absorb the feel of Kandy. I'd been to Kandy 10 years back with my friends, and I really loved the country, the very relaxed nature, the infrastructure is good, but it also has a very laid back nature, which I really love. A lot of colonial buildings, a very nice climate, something really to chill. So here are a couple of photos for you to enjoy. So with that, our trip ends, and I hope you traveled with me to Sri Lanka. Plan your travel, it's a great place. There are many more places that we want to explore, like the next time, probably northeast, Siguriya, Trikonamali, Jaffna. So we'll back to you, Sri Lanka, soon.